Hey guys, so tonight I want to talk to you about really learning to see things. And when I was in college, we had a class where we read the book. I think it was called Ways of Seeing by John Berger. And it just talked about like really looking and seeing things. And that is something that if you're aspiring to be an artist is so important. In learning to paint. I remember when I used to paint, I could not see for the life of me the different colors and things. I could not see the details, and it was really because I just had not trained my eyes to really look for those things. And over time, as you inspect other people's artwork and you practice more yourself, you're able to see so much more once you've kind of trained your eyes. And so I'm going to kind of show you the picture that I'm painting from currently. We're going to look at some of the things that probably I would not have seen a few years ago, but with practice I've come to see. And so hopefully maybe that will help you or inspire you to start looking at things more closely and seeing details. So I'm going to turn this around so you can see. This is just a photo on my iPad, and I want you to see kind of some of the details that I'll be adding next. I'm not going to paint any on it tonight, but in the next week I'll go back to working on it, and these are kind of some of the next things that I'll be focusing on. So here is my picture, and you can see the building. When you look at things like the windows, and I'll zoom in so we can see better, the first thing I noticed, they're not all the same. Like when you paint reflections, that's a huge thing that can really bring a painting to life. But you'll notice like the top half of the windows are a lighter white. The lower half are gray, and like these two are a darker gray than those. This one has like the reflection of a building. So just even adding a simple line like that really gives your picture depth and makes it much more realistic. Another thing that I used to wouldn't have noticed is like on these lines of like the lighter bricks, how it turns on the corner, you have this darker line that kind of comes down because they used it looks like a different color brick, and things like that will really make that edge stand out and make the building feel more three-dimensional. Another thing is you see these shadows underneath these window ledges, and that makes it feel much more 3D. And these are like things that you just don't think about. And even when we look at artist paintings, we oftentimes don't notice that they've taken the time to put these little black lines, but those are really the details that can set your artwork apart. And then when you come down here, things like the light glowing and that little yellow kind of rectangle behind the light, the little letters on the door, even there's like a darker shape right there. We can't tell what it is, but just by adding those subtle things, and then over here, these lines that kind of continue through these two windows, looks like maybe it's the reflection of a car or something going by, will make a big difference. And then like you're overlapping, like the yellow post, and then you've got this planter box with some greenery, and notice like the shadow on the side. Like it's so typical of your brain to just say that's a white box and you just want to paint it white. But when you really look at it, this side is more white, but this one is a very dark gray, and it even gets almost black toward that edge. Then we have a light color where we can see through. So when you start to place all those things in your artwork, it really brings it to life. So anyways, that was all I wanted to share with you tonight, because it was just on my mind as I get back to working on this painting that, you know, I need to be looking for those things and get back to really looking and seeing what it is I'm painting so that I can make it come to life on the canvas. So anyways, hope you found it interesting and helpful, and I will talk to you again soon.